In this country, we had a struggle of freedom. I was part and parcel of that. My parents were part and parcel of that. They were rich people, quite rich, I should say, from every standard. You'll be amazed, my father burnt all his suits. They were stitched in England. My mother burnt all her saris. They used to spin their own clothes and wear them. My father sacrificed everything, every pie that he had for the freedom struggle. He left nothing for us, not a single. I should say, of course, our family being rich, we had silver and gold and all that. But as far as all the cash money was concerned, was spent. And all the silver and gold also, thanks to English, that they took away from us, and they returned us when they went back. That's how we had some silver and gold left in the family. Everything, all that is material was snatched away. And I know we lived in beautiful houses and then we shifted to huts and lived there. Sacrifices to the maximum. And we were very happy about it, very proud. We had only 2 changes. We used to wash our clothes, live like very poor people, sleeping on this kind of a thing. For my life, I remember that I never used to take a pillow. I never used chappals for ages. I had only one sweater made out of this kind of a material till I passed out and went to medical college. I had that sweater with me. I had only one coat throughout my education. When I was in Lahore, which is terribly cold, sometimes can be like London, which was burned out and finished. But we never grudged and never grumbled and never said that our father should have looked after us and done something. Why did he just sacrifice everything for the country? Never, never, never. But even today, when they see us anywhere, they know we are the children of such a great man. They have tremendous respect for us. That quality was created, I should say, by Mahatma Gandhi. He made everybody so transformed into a new personality of tremendous sacrifices, tremendous. You cannot imagine how people lived. All the money that we had, everything that we had, all conveniences, conveyances, all housing, everything was given up. Not only by my father, but so many of them. Otherwise, we could not have got our freedom. To get our freedom, this country has sacrificed so much. Now, after that, we are here to get our freedom, to get the freedom for our spirit, to make our spirit free from our greed, lust, from your anger, from our conditionings, from our terrible ego, from the body being enslaved by comfort. I must say Gandhiji had a special charm. I don't know how he managed. He was like touch of Midas, touched anybody, he became transformed. And he was an extremely strict man, very kind to me, to children. But he was an extremely strict man. He would not tolerate any nonsense at all. Throughout, if you study the way all these people were brought up, not only for freedom or independence, but even before that, for spiritual life, anywhere, there's one thing very common, is sacrifice. And the consciousness that you are doing something right. consciousness that you are part and parcel of the whole. Such a big thing, such a big work, such a noble cause. And then there was one thing very common, very common among all of them, that the noble cause, the upliftment of the noble cause, made them sacrifice in such a sahaj manner. Much more than the Sahaj Yogis sometimes, who have got so much in Sahaj Yoga. They have got their joy, they have got their spirit. I have seen it with my own eyes. Such people in this country, whom you may call legendary, but I have seen it. Thousands of people were killed and butchered. Children died. Nobody shed tears. Nobody shed tears. But to feel that you are for such a noble cause itself gives you that joy and that sense of involvement. And moreover, what I know about Mahatma Gandhi and other people, what I have seen, how they were, everybody was not allowed to come. And anybody who did even slightest thing less than, whether he was a king's son or he was anybody's daughter or anything, any little thing they spoiled, anything, he was chucked. I have stayed in Gandhi's ashram, so I know what it is, and that's how you know I can go through rigorous life. It is his state. All the children about 12 years had to clean the whole of that ashram area, which is in actually 50 acres of land, every morning. They had to clean their latrines. Also the latrines of the guests, I had cleaned. And they were allowed only 2 dresses. And nothing could be kept, even you cannot see one paper anywhere, any litter anywhere. So clean, spick and span. And their living places were so neat and tidy. It was all done with cow dung, completely with cow dung. Everybody had to take a bath early in the morning at 4 o'clock with cold water. Whether it was Jawaharlal Nehru or Abul Kalam Azad, my father, of any age group or a child. And 5 o'clock, Mahatma Gandhi was there for his lecture. Please don't raise your hands and raise your kundalinis. Please be seated. That's not the way. Try to understand what I am talking. And then early in the morning at 4 o'clock, you'll be surprised. Getting up, for me it was all right. And then to walk in those 50 acres of land to the center of that hall, which was nothing but just an open space surrounded by a lot of huts where Gandhiji was living. To walk all the way, after bath, after getting ready and all that, and snakes used to crawl along. Nobody was bitten, of course. I think the snakes understood that people were busy with the great job of freeing this great country. And we would sit just like this, and snakes would be crawling. No lights were allowed. No lights of any kind. We only use sunlight. And when Gandhiji would come, sunlight was not there in the morning at all. Some lanterns were brought to put there. And we would see the snakes crawling up. But I never heard anybody complaining. But like a war, drove with such passion. Everybody competing as to what I can do, how I can be alright. Nobody even thought of comfort. Of course, they were all about, say, in 50, up to 50 years of age or something like that, maybe. In the ashram, mostly the people were about up to 50 years of age that time. And I have seen with my own eyes the people who had huge cars in the house and things like that, they sold off, they threw it away. They used to come by train to Vardhan station and walk down. Gandhiji would not see anybody coming even in a tongue. And they listened to him and obeyed him. I've seen many missionaries, though they are not up to the point. Nothing very noble, but that's how they take people to task and people work it out for them. I've seen that. In India we had missionaries and younger people who came from abroad. They just absolutely obediently listened to the missionaries and did whatever they said. Now today we are doing, as you know, the greatest of greatest work, because freedom, independence of freedom or freedom is of course necessary, political freedom to talk even about God. We could not even make a small little needle at that time. We were not allowed by the government, so much oppressed. So we had to get out of the shackles of slavery, no doubt. But now I find we have another kind of slavery, a slavery of selfishness, self-oriented. This is my comfort, I must have this, it should be enjoyable, I'm enjoying, I'm this, I'm that. You should enjoy, otherwise it is not something great. I mean, the whole thing should provide you some sort of a feeling instead of you providing the feeling. Because people, I think, do not know what they are doing, what sort of a work they are doing. They do not want to come up to that level of that height to see what are you up to. You are trying to save the whole world.